3, 2, 1. Let's roll. Hey everybody, this is David Bradley from richmansgym.com, and this is the Rich Man's Gym Podcast, a personal development podcast dedicated to strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. Now, if you, like me, are looking to level up, expand, and then tap into your true potential, then you, my friends, you are in the right place. So thank you for being here. Let's get to training. And hey, while you are here, if you are getting some value from this, please and thank you. Share the podcast out into the cyberspace so that other folks can benefit from it too. And if you haven't already, thank you in advance for clicking that subscribe button. This way you do not miss an episode. Lastly, if you would like to help fund the podcast and throw a couple bucks my way because you're enjoying it and you're getting something out of it, I don't want you to not get anything in return. So head on over to richmansgym.com/swag and you can check out a whole bunch of really cool t-shirts, which could also become stickers or coffee mugs that you can wear. The one I'm wearing today says expand or contract. It's a choice you got to make every single day. What are you going to do? Are you going to expand or are you going to contract? So you can get that as a t-shirt. The big seller right now says shoulder work ahead and it looks like a road sign. If you're going to the gym and you want to let everybody know it's shoulder day, that's a great t-shirt to wear. Also, this book right here that I'm holding up, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone, written by yours truly. This is my story about how I went from being a pack and a half, sometimes 2-pack-a-day smoker to haven't touched one since 2002, May to be specific. How did I do it? What mindset did I need to get in so I could make it happen? And then how did I stay that way? And if you've got a habit you're trying to kick, you got a monkey on your back, doesn't have to be cigarettes. This will show you how to kick it. So check out stopdon'tquit.com for more on that. This is a great gift if you got anybody that's trying to stop, or if that's you, give yourself the gift of more life. Last week, before I forget, I want to review last week, and then I also want to give you an update on Grace. Ferris Bueller fans. So I gave you a morning routine last week, right? What time you get up, some things you're going to do during the day. Have you implemented a morning routine? Do you have a morning routine? And if you missed the episode, feel free to go back. The title of the episode is You Wanting It Like There's No Tomorrow. And I break down a David Goggins quote and then drop a morning routine on you at the end. So how is that coming? How is your morning routine? Is it helping? Do you still need to get it dialed in? Is there anything I can do to help with on that? Leave a comment below if I can. Also, Grace. Ferris Bueller. Okay. So Grace is a CrossFit workout that I've been experimenting with. I'm doing it every Thursday night. It is 30 clean and jerks or clean and presses, push press, 4 times as quickly as you possibly can. You got to get 30 of them. First time I tried it, man, challenge. Big challenge. I barely got past 9 minutes. So second time I tried it, I just sort of paced it the first time around. Second time I went after it though, played a little bit harder, pushed myself a little bit harder, knocked it out in 7 minutes and 24 seconds. Then the following week, the most recent attempt on it, we were able to get it in 7 minutes and 10 seconds. That's another 14 seconds shaved, which is awesome. So the next time I do it, I'm going to see. The goal is to get below 7 minutes on the next attempt. So I will keep you posted on that the next time we talk. So, but now we're going to get into today's topic. Then I just want to talk about how to get strong, right? I'm going to give you guys 5 tips for body, mind, and spirit. These are 5. Well, look, step 1 is this. Men, legally change your name to Sue. Okay, Johnny Cash fans out there, you are appreciating that. The rest of you are probably heading over to Google wondering, what the hell is he talking about? But look, if you're looking to get stronger in life, that means what? You being able to lift more, carry more, do more, handle more, be more. Maybe you just want to be more. Then there's 5 lessons that I'm going to share with you that I've learned over the years. These are lessons that I'm always working on and will probably always be working on, and I'm not just going to be talking about physical strength. Let's not limit this. Okay, Rich Man's Gym, strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. So we as humans should strive for strength in all 3 of these areas. These 5 tips I'm going to give you apply to all 3. Okay, and the first one, not necessarily the most important, but it carries some weight, literally and figuratively. The first one is train heavy. Yeah. Like if it's not hard, if it's not stressful, you're not going to improve and you won't get stronger. Period. There is no super soldier serum, at least not yet, or not that we know of. Like you can't just walk into an Art Deco cylinder and come out Captain America, as awesome as that would be. So the only way you're going to get strong is by lifting and carrying things that are heavy, by doing things that are hard. This is how you grow. This is how you improve. This is how we grow and improve, through stress and discomfort. And unfortunately, there's really no way around that. This applies to everyday life. Everything. One of the biggest problems in this world right now is you hear it, first world problems. There is way too much emphasis and importance on the pursuit of comfort and not enough in the pursuit of challenges. So I do have some recommended reading for you. And if you go to richmansgym.com/how to get strong, there'll be links to those books so to make it easy for you. But one of the books, one of the ways that I've been able to practice heavy lifting over the years is literally by heavy lifting. There's a book out there called Power of the People by Pavel Tsatsouline. And the book and the protocol, I've been following it for years. And they are strength training principles that have helped me in all three areas, with body, with mind, with spirit. That book played a huge role in my initial sobriety journey, but that's for a different podcast, okay? So second thing we're going to do is we need to train frequently. If strength is a skill, and I believe that it is, you cannot get better at something with infrequent training. You know what I mean? If you want to get good at playing piano, you practice it once a month and only when you feel like it, or are you practicing every single day no matter what? When you get hooked on some video game, like Diablo 4 is coming out, right? Mass Effect for me back in the day, right? If you get hooked on that, are you playing it every single day? Are you obsessing over it until you finish it, until you beat it? Look, overcoming and conquering challenges are things that we need in life for life to be fulfilling. Life is a game. So why wouldn't we do that for things that are more productive, that make us better, and do those things with great frequency? Third, push the little daisies and make them come up. Push past perceived limits. Most of our limits are only up here in our heads. Most of our limits were taught to us. More often than not, we are way more capable than we know. So how do you verify that? I mean, how do you prove that? Well, there's a multitude of ways. Number one, this is you proving it to yourself. And there's a multitude of ways for you to do that. But let me just give this to you in a nutshell. When I did the Russian Kettlebell Challenge back in 2009, we were about to get into this very strenuous snatch workout, and it was going to last a long time. And Mark Rifkin, who was one of the coaches at the event, he dropped a pearl of a quote from Bikram Choudhury, that's the hot yoga guy, and where he said this: the pose does not begin until you want to get out of it. So right when you start thinking you're at the end, you've actually only just started. And since we're dropping quotes, this is a great time to drop another David Goggins. Talked about him a little bit last week and the week before that, right? So the 40% rule. Would love to get from you in comments, if you know about the 40% rule, how you've applied it and how you've exemplified it. But the 40% rule is this: it's when your mind up here is trying to convince you that you are done. You're actually only about 40% done. That means you got 60% left in the tank. And if you have not tested this for yourself, you need to do this quickly this week. Go out and find something and just go beyond a perceived limit, just so you know that it is actually true. Or think about a time. When was the last time you did that? You've done it at some point. Since we're on the reading list thing, if you haven't read or even listened to, it might even be a better listen, Living with the SEAL by Jesse Itzler. The subtitle of that book is 31 Days Training with the Toughest Man on the Planet. This book is a journey that's going to have you laughing. You may cry a little bit. You're definitely going to get inspired. And the audible version of it is great because it's Jesse reading it, and he does that incredibly well. It's kind of like, if you listen to audibles in the car, it's like he's literally riding shotgun, sitting next to you, just telling you some crazy-ass story. And it's awesome. So it's a great thing to listen to. Bottom line here, Look, your limits, my limits, our limits, they're a perception. And the only way to find out what the actual limit is to push it. Fourth thing, there is no such thing as failure. Wait, what? Yes, the only way to fail is to quit. And I have learned many things from working with Grant Cardone. If you missed that part, right? Sales and marketing manager with Cardone Training Technologies for just over 8.5, almost 9 years. And for the last 2.5, almost 3 now, 10X training facilitator and coach. And one of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that, and it's helped me get out of my own way. It's one of the great gifts Grant has given me, is just helping me get out of my own way. Being willing to fail, Grant says. Or be willing to fail, knowing that failure is impossible. That's how it goes. Be willing to fail, knowing that failure is actually impossible. So that means there's no failure unless you quit. In life, failure is impossible. How liberating is that? Okay. That means what? It means either you win or you learn something. You win or you learn. Like having a failure and being a failure, two totally separate things. One is a moment and a lesson. The other is a decision. Like if you look at fighters in the UFC, you cannot win if you're not willing to lose. You can't punch if you're not willing to get punched. Life is about risk, it's about rewards, and it's about lessons. Life is also about expenditure of energy. If we go back to that life is a game thing I mentioned earlier, if you're expending energy, what would you rather focus that energy on? Learning and improving and getting better so you can come back and win? Or are you going to waste that energy trying to make sense of things about why you failed and blaming somebody else? The bottom line is, as I said before, you win or you learn. But you the one listening right now, okay, you are not a failure or a loser unless you quit and you accept that label that somebody else gave you. So remember, the goal here is we are answering the question, how to get strong, which means you being able to override embedded commands, bad decisions you made in the past, to give up, to quit, to take it easy, to say, I've done enough today, I can settle for average, I'm okay, I don't have to go for great. You want to cancel something? Cancel that attitude. Fifth thing, pump up the volume. Remember that movie, like 1990, Christian Slater? There's another Cardonism here that I'm going to impart from his book, Sell or Be Sold, How to Get Your Way in Business and in Life. And that is production yields happiness. Okay. Now, when you go into the weight room, volume of work or effort is a big deal, especially when it comes to size and strength. How much of something you do is going to have a major impact on the effect or the outcome. Back to my buddy Pavel. He's got this routine where every day you go in, you lift something heavy, very heavy, short periods of time, but you're doing it every single day. When he gets into kettlebell training, he has a routine for getting stronger with a kettlebell press, which are ladders. You do 1, rest a second, you do 2, rest a little bit, do 3, rest a little bit, 4, rest, 5. You're continually stacking on and getting large amounts of volume without repping out or maxing out, thereby reducing injury, but also building massive amounts of strength by doing high volumes of work. It's crazy, but it works. So the question for you then is, where in your life do you need to be stronger? You probably already know what you need to be doing. You probably already know what the right actions are. So how much of it are you doing, the right actions? We just talked about frequency, and we talked about the volume of the activity level. How much action are you taking towards a specific goal or target? Folks, water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Water then freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You need the right amount of effort to get the result you want. Otherwise, nothing happens. This is also why it's important for you to train heavy and frequently, push your limits, and you make sure that you are learning along the way. So to recap this sucker, number 1, train heavy. 2, train frequently. 3, push past your perceived limits. 4, no failure. You either win or you learn. Okay? And then the 5th thing, volume. Pump it up. Okay? So here's your homework. Where do you need more strength in your life? You already know what it is. Is it your body? Is it your mind? Is it your spirit? Where do you need more strength in that area? The next thing I want you to do is to find ways to use these 5 tips so that you can get stronger in your daily life. Remember though, until it gets hard, it's easy, and when you're comfortable, you're not growing. In fact, you're probably going backwards. And that's all I got to say about that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, thank you so much for staying to the end. Drop a comment below on where you are getting stronger and how things are going for you. Quick reminder, subscribe and share. This is Rich Man's Gym. Thanks again for listening. Strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. Train anywhere. I'll see you soon.